As incongruous as it may seem to be located in the sleepy little northeastern Thailand township of Sakon Nakhon in the Isan region with a population of 76,000, and of course its own fair share of unique temples, markets and the like, major Japanese motorbike manufacturer Kawasaki are now well represented here in the Big Bike Stakes. Right here in Sakon Nakhon in Thailand's northeast, this brand new latest addition to Kawasaki's A-grade big bike dealership. This ultra-impressive showroom and service centre caters to every big bike lover's desire. Conveniently located at the gateway to Thailand's northeast, neighbouring Udon Thani, Nong Khai, and a little further out to Laos and the mighty Mekong, this fully equipped service centre is bound to attract those on tour in this region or simply passers-by from far and wide. PJ Motors is literally your one-stop big bike shop in these parts. I caught up with husband and wife team Joe and Ying, who opened the store in 2014 and have just completed the final stages of this impressive dealership.
The feedback of customer in this year is grow up. Notice of the sale volume grow up, and after sale service go up. And when every holiday they will arrange the group and do activity riding to travel around the Sakon Nakhon or around another province around Thailand, something like that.
The first big bike dealership in the land of smiles, Kawasaki has a strong commitment towards ensuring each and every one of its customers can get the most out of their pride and joy. Safety on the road, of course, is paramount. Today is all about ensuring that riders have a better understanding of their machine's capabilities. So Kawasaki not only sell the bikes, they want to ensure that maximum enjoyment can be had by all. The order of the day, 8:30 a.m. registration. All up 30 participants took part, each with varying degrees of riding ability and each hoping to glean a little more knowledge in the day's extensive training course, where a fully comprehensive plate of varied information was served up. From using the correct safety equipment to how to handle some rather trying off-road conditions. First things first, riders were tested on their ability at braking smoothly whilst changing down, handling tight corners, and should you topple over, the recommended way to get your bike back up off the ground. The engineers have worked out the path of least resistance when picking up your bike from off the deck. So this is a perfect example why this training course is so important, particularly for a female rider. Now she needed a little bit of assistance there, but if she was on her own, she would have no way of picking that heavy bike up by herself. I think she's gonna have another go. Unassisted this time. Nong krak nakเท่าไรครับ
เท่าไหร่
นักเท่าไรครับ 180 kilos. So these bikes are 180 kilos, so you've got a 50 kilo lady trying to pick the bike. And in this position, it's possible. Not everyone, of course, is able to get back aboard, so best not to end up on the deck in the first place. One gentleman had travelled all the way from the UK to attend. Well, originally that is. Graham tells us his reasons for being here. The only Falung participant in today's course is Graham from the UK. Graham, mate, how's it been today?
It's been a wonderful day. It's so great to have a facility like this that's just suddenly opened. I lived in Phuket for a while, and we had a few service centres down there, but nothing like this. And so it's great because I moved up here 2 years ago, brought my Kawasaki Versys up with me. Really enjoy riding this area, but it was a problem trying to get it serviced. I would have to go maybe 400 k's down to Korat.
Wow, that far.
Or maybe up to Chiang Mai, which is 1,000 k's away. And now this is less than 100 k's. And they've got a wonderful facility. We've just done the training, which I've learnt a little bit from. You always learn a little bit.
Sure.
And so it's been great to come along and be invited by them as well as a new customer.
Have you done similar courses in the past?
They used to run them down in Phuket and also Krabi, and it was a day course, basically basic skills, just safety, how to generally stop your motorbike, how to get your passenger to get on and stuff like that. This seems to be going a little bit further, and now I believe we're going to be doing some dirt biking as well.
That was my next question. Are you going to participate in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really fancy that. I like the idea of the knobbly tyres. Because
You like the off-road stuff?
Yeah. There's lots of off-road tracks, buffalo tracks we call them, near our village. And my Versys with road tyres on it slides a little bit. So I'm looking for something with a bit more grip. It might even encourage me to buy another motorbike.
Exactly. So best of both worlds, huh?
Wonderful, yeah, it is.
Terrific. Thanks a lot for joining us.
You're welcome.
Lunchtime and some terrific local fare followed, and a chance to escape the blistering sun. After which, the on-road instruction course continued for a bit before it was time for a change of terrain. The off-road experience is definitely more for the adrenaline junkie. As you can see, this course is pretty wet following some heavy rainfall. It was in fact intended that there would be sand and dirt hills in which to ride and demonstrate on. Doesn't seem to put a dampener on the boys' spirit, however, and shows these bikes are equally adept in wet or dry conditions. The guys had a ball, and I must say it made for most entertaining viewing. So mate, that was your first go in the mud. How was it?
The tyres are awesome. Aren't they so different to my Pirelli Scorpion trials?
So you look like a kid on Christmas Day.
It was so difficult riding through the mountains in Laos. I should have had tyres like that, I realise now. And this is great fun.
This little guy, just 11 years old, was not afraid to get amongst it, despite the fact his bike was almost fully submerged. Turns out he was the local under-12 motocross champ, just here to test his underwater skills. So by far the youngest participant in the mud was a brave young man, 11 years old, Moto, that was amazing. How did you find that? Was it difficult?
Yes, it's difficult. Very difficult.
Are these bikes a little bit big for you?
No.
Following a thorough scrub down and removal of mud from places they never knew they had, the guys sat down to dinner and refreshments, swapped notes, whilst being pleasantly distracted and taking the live telecast of some superbike action. The motorbike fraternity are a close-knit group. The pleasure of being alive is just that little more enhanced when enjoying the thrill of the ride. After all, only a biker knows why a dog sticks its head out of a car window. So after a super intensive day's training, my particular skill set has been greatly enhanced as how to handle my own high performance vehicle. And after a long day, time for me to hit the road.